No. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Vengeance. I'm here to give you a build for Hercules that's very, very potent and very, very strong as of, Season 4, patch 4.2. Hercules just became like the juggernaut, a damage absorbing beast. He should be seeing the nerf pretty soon because as it stands right now, he's far too strong. So I'm gonna get into the build and let you guys see what this thing can do for yourselves. So, I'm just get to like level 15. All right. So, what you want as far as leveling up abilities, your first ability is gonna be driving strike, and to mitigate wounds, into Earthbreaker, right? Then from there, driving strike, and mitigate wounds to your alt. Well, level 5 you want your alt. Always get your alt at level 5, and then from this point it's just driving strike, mitigate wounds. I prefer mitigate wounds first before driving strike far as leveling up, because if you read this thing, it's very, very potent and it's very strong. So what happens is you get the 220 free protection, free heal, you get the 220 initial heal, and then you get 70% of the damage that you took during the engagement return back to you, and it also gives you 50 magical and physical protections. And as you guys know, I'm a fanatic for protections, so that is really, really strong. Then the build is as follows. You want to even get, depending on what game modes you plan, you want to get Shield of Regrowth first or Stone of Gaia, but generally I get Stone of Gaia, and I get boots level 1. From there, depending on how long it take, I might go straight into Shield, then back into Reinforced Greaves, and finally I finish off Stone of Gaia. At this point, you're extremely tanky, you're extremely hard to deal with, and extremely hard to kill already, simply because you have so much sustain, so much health regen, and then you got a really good amount of cooldowns, which is at 20%, because the new Shield of Regrowth. And then you get a movement speed boost once you use it. 550. That's amazing. The cap is 754. So you got 550 movement speed for 4 seconds. That's awesome. From here, we go into Gladiator Shield for the cooldowns, and then Soul Eater, which is great for the sustain. And the combination of Gladiator Shield and Soul Eater, it's very, very potent. Every time you hit someone an ability, every time you hit an enemy god with an ability, you heal for 2% of your maximum health and mana, which is amazing. And the same thing with Soul Reaver. Every time you hit an enemy god, you restore 2% of your maximum health, and that's pretty strong as well. And your last item is, of course, going to be Mantle of Discord.
I will be unstoppable.
So if you look at your stats right now, you have 2,545 health, 163 physical protections, and 104 magical protections. You might think that's not that much, but if you activate mitigate wounds, look at the difference in stats as far as protections. It go up a significant amount, and you can tank so much damage, it's ridiculous. Let me give you a demonstration. And you're just healing up, mitigate wounds, and you're just healing up this whole time. Fire Giant is a little bit different, but you can sit here and take a whole lot of damage for a long period of time. And I'm gonna let him beat me up. and I'm gonna move over to raw. Alright, so at this point I got approximately 400 health. In the engagement, you mitigate wounds. Do you see the power in this? Mitigate wounds is already back up. There you have it. That is very strong, and you're very, very hard to deal with, very hard to kill. But if for some reason you need to alter the build, depending on what's going on, people are building very anti-Haley, or they doing, you know, Frostbound Hammer with the Poison Star type of build that's slowing you up and just doing too much damage to you, you will know that pretty early in the game what's going on, what's happening to you. So you can opt for the Mystic Mail Hide combination, and this is also very, very, very potent. It's very strong, and it also makes you extremely hard to deal with. People do not want to fight this. People do not want to fight a Hercules like this. They do not, I promise. You know, because you got so much sustain, so much, you know, health. You got a lot of health regen. You're very tanky, as you can see. 243 physical protections, which is very, very tanky. Then it can go as high as 293. That is great. Unless you die in like a one-shot type of thing, which will never happen, you can get out of any situation, any extended engagement you can get out of. You can make it out of a lot of different things. Another thing that would be your downfall is CC lock, but at the same token, while you're being CC locked, you still can survive. It's like I said, it's very hard to kill this Hercules. It's so hard to do it, and I'm gonna show you guys some videos of me playing this Hercules build, and this is just so strong. It's so amazing. It's so effective, and it's so hard to deal with. You would think, you know, Hercules is just the most amazing thing in the world. Also, let me show you guys one of the strategies that you might want to use in lane early game. Almost forgot about that. So we made it to level 5. You make it to level 5. You have your ult, have your mitigate wound, you driving strike, and Earthbreaker. At this point, you're somewhere around here in your build. Let's even say let's say you're here in your build. You're exactly right here in your build. So this is one thing that you can do that's very beneficial. When you're in engagement, you alt the wave into a driving strike. And okay, I don't know why my minions died so fast, but as you can see, my minions basically had 4 health, and that wave was dead. I'm bringing this up and saying this because early game minions do a lot of damage. Even a Hercules, minions will do a lot of early game damage. And one thing that you can do is kill the enemy's minion wave before your own. And at that point, you fight alongside of the minions. And that's pretty annoying for the enemy solo laner, but that's great for you. You don't care about making his life harder, you know. So I'm gonna show that to you again. When your minions spawn, you know, obviously you only could do it once every like 3 waves at the moment, but the minions spawn, you ult the minions, driving strike through them, and you know your minions was at 4 health just now. Your minions was definitely at 4 health. I'm gonna show you guys this one more time so you really understand what I'm talking about with this ult and minions thing. You know, You might want, if you're a hyper aggressive Hercules, obviously you driving striking it up. You maxing that first. But me, like I said, I mitigate wounds. I try to get my mitigate wounds to 5 as soon as possible, especially since I don't have any magic protections until, even between fourth to sixth item. I don't have any magical protection, so it's always good to have a little bit, and as you can see, mitigate wounds gives you a 50 buff. So I'm gonna show you guys this one more time so you can truly understand how strong this is. Early game, level 5. Right now I'm level 6. Start the starter Hercules build, 1500 build, level 5, and I'm gonna show you how strong this really is. Alt the wave, driving strike to him, and look at my minions health. That's very, very potent. That is very potent. And I'm gonna show you guys really fast what happens when someone else is trying to fight minions. Do you see this damage that these minions just did? Are you seeing this damage? Think about having this damage right here alongside you while you're obviously doing your own damage. That is amazing. That is very, very strong. Only thing someone else can do is generally have Mark of the Vanguard, but I highly doubt someone is going to build that. And even then, you're still going to be doing a lot of damage. You and your minions will still be doing a lot of damage. Generally, you'll see a blue stone boots combination or something to that effect. So the alt driving strike is very reliable. Or let me get back to level 5, show you this thing one more time. Oh snap, wrong one, I'm sorry. Level 5. And watch how strong this is. This is amazing. Yet again, I'm going to show you the strength of this alt in the wave, because sometimes people will believe alt in the wave is bad. I used to joke around saying, when I first started, one of the guys I played with said alt the wave, alt the wave. I was using raw at the time, but until recently I did not realize how strong alt in the wave really was. In jungle practice, the minions die as soon as your minions die, as soon as the other minions die. But as you can see, my minions would have took 0 damage. Let's see how fast we can kill the minions with just the regular combo like that. Look how much health these things have. So I'm just bringing that to your attention because you'll have so much lane pressure, so much early aggression. Doing this, it might seem untraditional, but the lane pressure that you'll have, you'll force the enemy solo laner to have to back very early, and you can get ahead very fast like that. So that's all I have to say for the day. Vengeance out, and enjoy your day.